All right. So, again, let me share this. So this is our kickoff meeting for our peer group. And after this meeting here today, we're going to be holding bi-monthly meetings, first Thursday every other month, starting in October. But I really appreciate everybody jumping on today to kick us off for the new year. Our agenda, we're going to be introducing the Public Policy Committee. We'll talk a little bit about the role of the committee and the resources that we provide. We have a few updates from AAUW National. We'll talk about the projects that the Public Policy Committee has in store for the state over this coming year. We'll give you an update on the 2024 legislative agenda, and then hopefully we'll have a little bit of time for Q&A and open discussion. So first of all, I want to introduce the Public Policy Committee members who are here on the call. And you guys, if you could raise your hand so that I can see you, and then everybody state your name, the branch that you belong to, and the IBCs that you are branch liaison for. So, okay, let's see. Donna, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Donna Kinchu. I live in Visalia, and I am the branch liaison for Bakersfield, Porterville, Madera, Tehachapi, and of course Visalia, Sequoia. So I'm considered the South San Joaquin.
Great, thanks, Donna. OG.
Hi, everyone. OG Strogatz. I'm with the Danville, Alamo, Walnut Creek branch, and I am Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I'm sorry, I'm hearing some background noise. I'm the liaison for the following branches: Alameda, Berkeley, Fremont, Hayward, Castro Valley, Livermore, Pleasanton, Dublin, and Oakland, Piedmont.
Thanks, OG. All right, who's next? Joy. Joy, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Joy Frew. I'm with the Fallbrook branch, and I'm liaison for all the Riverside County and San Bernardino County branches.
Thanks, Joy. Sue. Sue, can you introduce yourself? Hi, Sue.
Hi, I'm Sue Miller. I'm a member of the Roseville South Placer branch. And my group of branches is the Capital Counties IBC, which includes Auburn, Sacramento, Woodland, Davis, Citrus Heights. I think that's the group.
Sue, Woodland has disbanded.
Really?
Yes. I can give you the information on the other disbanded branches if they come up.
Great. Yeah, and Sharon, that's great. Thank you for bringing that up. I should probably connect with you to strike out of our list the ones that have disbanded or combined with somebody else.
That'd be fine. I have
Thanks.
the compendium.
Okay.
And add to Sue Miller's group is the Nevada County branch.
I forgot to add you, and I'm very sorry,
Yes.
Melanie.
Thanks,
okay.
Melanie. Claire.
Hi, I'm having trouble with the raising your hand, lowering your hand thing flying here. There. Oops. Anyway, sorry. I'm Claire Noonan. I'm from the Silicon Valley branch in Los Altos, Palo Alto, Mountain View near Stanford. And the branches that I'm liaison to are all the Orange County branches, and I can't remember all their names without looking it up. Anyway, it's Orange County, and I'll be contacting you tomorrow probably, because I've been very busy. Thanks.
Thanks, Claire. Asha.
Right. Hello, everybody. I'm Asha Bajaj from the Danville Alamo Walnut Creek branch, and I am grateful to Melissa and Amy that they've started this peer-to-peer group because we were trying to do something on our own with the IBC. So I'll be being the liaison for Contra Costa County, Benicia Vallejo, Clayton, Concord, Delta, Contra Costa, OML, Orinda, Moraga, Lafayette, Pleasant Hill, Martinez, San Ramon, and West Contra Costa.
And Asha, Clayton has disbanded.
Oh, they have. Have
Yes,
they
they
merged?
have.
Have they merged with someone? Pleasant?
No,
No. They've just evaporated. Okay. All right.
correct.
Okay. I just wanted to mention, if you are from any of these branches, would you kindly put your email so I have a liaison email for my list? Thank you so much.
Thanks, Asha. Stina. Stina, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Sina Trigas, and I am a co-president of the Carl Oceanside Vista branch, or COV, and I have IBC is San Diego. And I'm also on the subcommittee, the school board subcommittee.
Thanks, Sina. Susan Carlins.
Hi, I'm sorry to be late and not making a great impression probably because I'm about to go out of town, actually overseas in an hour and a half. Meanwhile, I just treated my eyes with some antibiotics, so I can hardly see. But anyway, it's wonderful to see you all. I'm from the San Jose branch. I'm the co-chair for public policy. I was the chair for 3 years. I'm like, oh no, we need to share this. So I'm very lucky. I've got 2 other people now. And I'm the liaison for Half Moon Bay, Mid Peninsula, North Peninsula, Pacifica, San Mateo, San Francisco, and San Jose.
Susan.
I would love to get emails from those of you who I'll be working with, and but I won't be responding for about 10 days or more. So thank you.
All right, thanks, Susan. Ginny.
Yeah, Judy Hatfield, and I'm with the San Fernando Valley branch, and I rep the LACIC, which is the Los Angeles County Interbranch Council. We have about 13 branches. We go from Antelope Valley down to Long Beach, Pasadena, East San Gabriel Valley. There's a whole bunch of them. And I've worked with this group for a number of years, so hopefully you know me and you have my email address. And if you've changed over the years, any of you from those branches, if you'd send me your email, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Ginny. Lorinda.
Hi, I'm Lorinda Ochoa from Danville Alamo Walnut Creek branch. I'm also a member with Laura Manine over in Orinda, Moraga, and Lafayette. And I don't think we have anyone here from San Ramon, but also a branch member. I'm on the school board committee and the public policy commission, and I look forward to working with you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Lorinda. Nancy Major. Nancy, you're on mute.
Sorry, somebody muted me. I didn't realize it. My name is Nancy Major. I'm from the Marin branch, and I am responsible for the 3 far north counties, Intermountain, Fall River Mills, Redding, Siskiyou County, and then the North Coast, Healdsburg, Humboldt, Marin, Napa, Novato, Petaluma, Santa Rosa, Ukiah, and Willits. And
there is no Willits branch.
Right. Okay. And locally there, and Novato is also folding up. I'm just reading from a list here that was sent to me. The And then at the branch level, I am the public policy chair, which of course includes school boards and, hundreds of other responsibilities. We're now doing voter registration drives with primarily with the students with the colleges locally here. So anybody who's in any of those branches, please give me a call. And I'd love to talk to you.
What phone number shall we call?
415-898-8433.
Great. Thank you, Nancy. Did I get everybody on the Public Policy Committee? Am I missing anyone?
You didn't get all the branches.
Well, some of the members of our Public Policy Committee could not be here today, so there are
Okay.
some branches who their liaisons are not here on the call today. But we do have a list of all of the branch liaisons that is linked here into the deck, so you can look here to see who your liaisons are. And hi, Myra. Yes, hi.
Hi, I'm new to AAUW this year, and I've been to one meeting in Saratoga, and Lori Lindsley told me to join the board in public policy. So I'm new to the game, and I'm not sure what our chapter includes other than myself and Lori, and I don't know whether she's still on or not to help me. We meet in Saratoga. Is Lori here?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Okay, that's okay.
So what do we include other than our Saratoga branch?
Well, this is it.
Okay.
We go through I think it's sorry, I just noticed that Susan Carlins is representing us, Myra. So that's as far as IBC goes. But so we got this email, and I'm assuming that we don't have to be on IBC, be the IBC representative to attend these meetings. But if we do, then we misunderstood something.
No. The everybody who's invited here are the branch public policy chairs and the branch presidents. So that's our public policy peer group. And we get together every other month to talk about all things public policy.
Great, thank you.
So am I correct that I'm on public policy or not?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Busick, and I am the public policy chair for Mission Viejo Saddleback Valley in Southern California. And this includes Laguna Woods, Rancho Mission Viejo. I'm also public policy chair for Laguna Beach as well. And also members are from Lake Forest too. So it's most of Southern California from Orange County on. And I attend the school board meetings each month.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Okay, so thank you for those introductions.
One question. You said branch presidents receive invitations to this meeting, but we change every year. So whose responsibility is it to get you the email of the branch president? Is it my responsibility? I told the branch president she needed to contact to get on your list, but I could send this to you, Missy, or yeah.
Actually, Laura, if you guys at the branch are updating your leadership information and who your new leaders are to the state, that goes into the directory, and then this email, the invitation for this and the newsletters go to everybody who's on that mailing list based on the information that your leadership team has provided to state.
Okay, thank you. I'll ask.
But also, Laura, if anyone here wants to invite someone to come, I'm going to drop this in the chat again. This is a view link for this Google Doc. It always has the Zoom links. It always has a link to the slides. It has after the meeting, the recording link is here. So this is like your home base for sharing information. It's all linked through this document. So if anybody ever doesn't get an email, you can always share this link.
Okay, so what we wanted to do here is talk a little bit about the role of the State Public Policy Committee. We are 18 people strong this year, which is great. We're so thrilled, Missy and I, to have this large, talented committee because we've got so many things happening this year. So what we're here to do, first of all, the work of our Public Policy Committee is guided by, of course, the AAUW mission statement to advance gender equity for women and girls through research, education, and advocacy. And we're guided by our 4 California public policy priorities: economic security for all women, equal access to quality education, social and racial justice, and increased representation for women in leadership roles. And the main purpose of our state committee is to support the branches. So we're here to support everybody here on this call in developing robust public policy programs. We do this by developing our annual legislative action agenda, organize the Lobby Days event. We conduct educational seminars and social media campaigns. We develop voter education campaigns to increase awareness of AAUW issues. Every other year, we update AAUW California's public policy priorities, and that is happening this year, so you'll be hearing more about that. And then we provide special projects with goals varying depending on projects undertaken for the year. So since last year, our special project has been the school board project, which I think a lot of you are familiar with, but we'll be talking about that a little bit more later today. So the main ways that we will be communicating with the branches, we will communicate with you through our monthly newsletter and the website, as well as this meeting that we'll be holding every other month. And I just want to make sure that everybody has been receiving these newsletters. Missy and I put a lot of work into this, and it's chock full of information. So make sure that you are receiving it. If you're not getting it for any reason, please reach out to us so that we can make sure to correct a mailing list issue or anything. Yeah, hi, Pam.
Thanks. I love, this was such a classy looking newsletter. I appreciate that. Is there a way to link it to a non-classy looking one? Because on my cell phone, I couldn't read that. It's too much left and too much right, and the graphics are fabulous. Is there a possibility moving forward, not with this one, I'll print this, but you know what I mean, just in case we don't have the capacity all the time to keep up with your fabulous presentation.
The only option I can provide, the links would be deactivated, but we could send you a JPEG that would be more phone friendly. It just would deactivate the links. But if you want a reading friendly option, then that's it would still have the graphics. It would be an image file.
No, a JPEG would look just like this, which is great. And you just can't move that around on a screen so well. But okay, right, we will deal. No problem at all. I loved it. Thank you so much.
And then Pam, if you see something great in there that has a link that you can't connect to, you can go back to the other version to grab the link. So yeah, just make sure that you're receiving these and do look at them. Here on the front page, we always have when the next peer group meeting is going to be and how you can reach it. We've got information about upcoming events. Every month we will be including a newsletter. This month in September, the newsletter article is about the ballot propositions. So here it is in the newsletter, but you could also always reach a text version down here at the bottom of that page. If you click here, you can get the text version so that you can do a copy paste into your branch newsletter. Yeah, Val? Val, you have a question?
So we put out a newsletter every month. It's always the first of the month that we try to get it out to people. I'm wondering if it's possible to send these things a little bit earlier so that we could include that in our newsletter.
What we've been doing is we publish it at early in September, and that newsletter that's in the September issue is intended for your October newsletter. So we try to get it out a month early. Some, different people have different publication dates, but that's the intention. So this one can go into your October newsletter. Okay, so that was the public policy news. The other place that we have a lot of information for you is on the website. So hopefully you all have had a chance to check this out. There's lots of great information here. Right on the public policy front page, there's this red button here. Click on that and you'll be able to go to our legislative action bill tracking report. And that is a living document that is constantly updated with all of the bills on our legislative agenda and what the latest status is. So that button is available for you there on the website. Where did my website go? And then there's also information in here about the public policy priorities. Legislative advocacy contains information about lobby days when it comes time for lobby days. We've got a section here on issues we care about. Speak Out is where we have special projects. And here we've got the school board project and the toolkit and lots of good things in there. The branch events section contains input from all of you. When you have a great branch event, please let us know about it so that we could put an article in here. And the purpose of this is so that there's information here that other branches can look at to be inspired with ideas for things that they themselves might want to do. Public policy news here. We always have all of the back issues of public policy news here. So if there's something that you want to grab from a previous month, some of the main topics are listed here, and you can always go back and refer to old copies of the newsletter. So just wanted to make sure that you were aware of those resources that are there on the website. Oops. And then of course, every other month, we will be meeting to have this peer group meeting. This now is going to be the same Zoom link going forward, starting in October. And then if you ever have questions, feel free to reach out to us. This public policy email will come to me and Missy. And you can also reach out to your branch liaison. This is the spreadsheet that shows all of the branches and your liaison. And here on the left-hand side is their email so that you can find them. Okay.
I had a quick question about Zoom link. You're still going to remind us before it happens. So
yeah,
you will resend it again, correct?
Yes. Yeah. I have a reminder for this next one coming out tomorrow, and then you'll get another reminder a couple days before.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Janice.
My question, where on the website will the recordings be of the meetings? Because I probably won't be able to attend many of these, but I'd like to.
No problem. They're going to be recorded under branch tools in the peer group. We have a link further in the slide deck, and when we get there, we'll point that to you, point that out to you so that you can figure out where to find it. We actually have a Google workspace that Missy created for this whole group here that you can go there and you can always find the deck and recording links there.
Yep, that's what I was just gonna say. I'll drop that in the chat again. That Google Doc is like home base. So as soon as the web team, and I responded to you in the chat too, as soon as the web team posts it, we'll link everything in there. So everything you need should be on that Google Doc too. So if you're ever lost, go there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you hear me? It's Nancy.
Yeah, Hi, Nancy.
Hi, I'm trying to switch to my computer and it says waiting for host to start. Can you see me trying to get in?
No, there's not a waiting room on this meeting.
Okay, all right, well, I'll just stay on my phone then. It says public policy peer group meeting, but anyway, okay. My
here
link,
are,
I'm sorry.
yeah, go ahead, Nancy.
Yeah, the link isn't working on my computer, so.
You might hang up and then try again. Not on your
Okay.
phone, only on your computer.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Okay, so here are a few updates from National. First, National really has been emphasizing this point that it's really important for the branches to keep in mind that AAUW is a nonpartisan organization. We can talk about get out the vote, we can educate voters about the issues, but don't talk about the political parties. Don't talk about the GOP, whatnot, this and that, unless you're speaking in your own private capacity. A reminder that there are head-to-head voter guides that we have developed, as well as voting records that AAUW National is going to be providing. These items are only allowed to be published by branches with a 501c4 status. So you can go to this link here for a full set of written guidelines from National about what is allowed based on the tax status of your branch. And National has provided some great election resources. And there's things in here like voter issue guides and webinars and trainings. So you can click here on this link to go there and see everything that National has provided. And there are recordings of some past webinars in there, as well as registration links for upcoming webinars. And then a few policy updates from National. Unfortunately, these are pretty sobering right now. Title IX, 26 states have court orders that are preventing the new rules from going into effect. And 24 states, including California, have now put the new rules into effect. However, what National has cautioned is that Congress will be trying to use the appropriations process to block the new rules by cutting off funding. So that's the next thing that they're anticipating may take place. The ERA discharge petition needs 218 votes. Today, there's 214 votes. All the Democrats have voted yes on this, but the additional 4 votes needed are not likely to happen, especially given the upcoming elections. And then finally, final sad news, the Paycheck Fairness Act is not expected to have a vote anytime soon. But the election is happening in November, and you never know, everything can change after that day. Fingers crossed. Finally, before I turn it over to Missy, I wanted to give a few updates about the school board project. This project was launched back in June of 2023, and it has garnered a bunch of interest and engagement from branches around the state, which is just wonderful. But now at this point, we're a little over a year in, and we want to hear from the branch public policy chairs and the presidents again to help us to get a picture of what's been happening over the past year so that we can set goals moving forward. So our ask here is for branch public policy chairs and presidents to complete the school board project survey that is linked here and submit that back to us by September 15th. Other people who are involved or interested in the school board project and want to complete the survey are also welcome to do so, but we really want to hear from the PP chairs and presidents especially.
Am I the only one that the link isn't working for here? Oh, no, I got it. Sorry, it worked.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. So there is a school board project toolkit that is up on the website and contains a lot of information to help you to engage with your local school board. And excitingly, the school board project subcommittee has developed a parent brochure. And the purpose of this is really so that people who are attending their school board meetings can hand out a brochure to parents to counter some of the misleading information that's being spread by other entities. So you can click here to find that school board, the parent brochure. There's 2 versions of it that are posted. There's one that's a printable version that will come out in vibrant colors, but is not ideal for screen readers. And then for electronic distribution, there's a different version that is linked in here as well. So wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. If you want to print it out to hand out at the parent, at the school board meetings, it's printed as a 2-sided and folded into a trifold. It looks like this. This is like an early prototype version. But that is a resource that's now available to you. Yes, Myra?
Yeah. To access the school board project, is it on the site? And just click on the site? Is that, because I just want to make sure I'm doing it right.
Yeah, if you, this link that's here, right here, that takes you to the school board project toolkit. It looks like this, and there's a lot of buttons and links in here that you can access.
I understand that's from your slides, but I'm saying, you know, when I'm on the computer.
Yeah, I can't find the link that you're talking about.
That's what I'm wondering.
Okay.
What is the link?
All right. Here it is. Where's my chat? Okay, I dropped it in the chat. Can you check to see if you can access that? Myra, is that working for you?
Wait, I'm got it.
Okay,
perfect.
Perfect. Hi, Joy.
Oh, I had a question about the flyer. Is you said the one that was readable on computers, is that something that can be posted on social media also? Or not?
They see what do you think?
It's a PDF, and so it, you know, you can, so you could post it on social media as a PDF. The only problem is it's created as a trifold, and so it's not going to necessarily be in order. But we are working on a version that's for social media that's going to be 1 page. This is just the 3-page trifold, and when we come out with that version, we'll also alert you because it'll just be easier for sharing in that forum.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, and then finally, there is now a school board member candidate questionnaire that was developed by the Fallbrook branch, and Joy here from Fallbrook was instrumental in developing this. So Joy, can you introduce this and speak a little about it?
Sure. We developed this because when we were recruiting candidates, or mostly wanting to know where the candidates stood on AEUW public policies, we thought the best way to do it would be to just pick out some questions that would address our education priorities from the website, from the public policy priorities. So that's what we did. I have to give credit to Ann McCarthy, who's not here, but she's the public policy co-chair. And so I kind of pointed her in that direction to the education policy priorities. And she's a retired teacher, so she had a good feeling for what kind of how to ask the questions. And so we wanted to ask some basic vetting questions of the candidates, what they're running for, what they do in their regular life, what their educational background is, and then ask them some of the school board questions based on our priorities. So we asked them about budget priorities and how they feel about diverse and historically accurate curriculum, and how they would deal with challenges to books or curriculum, and what is their understanding of Title IX, the importance of Title IX, and what are their priorities regarding Title IX. And can't see it on here, but I think the other questions have to do with, there we go. Again, how they feel about diversity in for the students, and how to protect that, and a question that doesn't really give them the answer in the question is how they feel about charter schools. And so that's can be kind of eye-opening.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and basically what we found are all the people that filled it out were people that we ended up endorsing. Even one that failed the question about the charter schools, but we thought he was just too new and didn't have enough knowledge yet about what impact charter schools have on the budget. And so he didn't have any opponent. Turned out he didn't even have an opponent that ran, so he got put back in anyway. So we didn't even need to endorse him. But we kind of wanted to get started early because we didn't know how many candidates we were going to end up having. We didn't actually give this out to every single candidate. If we already knew that their stances, public stances, were pro-book banning, we didn't bother to give it out to them since, we're 501c4. So we knew we weren't going to endorse those people anyway.
There was one
Thank you,
question above this. Do you mind scrolling? Just thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, ensuring that people have access to STEM courses. And I can tell you that even the president of one of the school boards here, he said that these were very challenging questions for him, and he really had to give it some thought. And we had a brand new candidate that, boy, she just thought they were really hard questions. And, it took her several days before she could finally get that to us. That was the last one that filed that we thought we wanted to support. But
It's a
yeah,
great questionnaire. So yeah, thank you, Joy. Thank you
Yeah.
to you and your branch for developing this. I think this is a really useful tool. And that is now posted on the website, so it's available for anybody who wants to use that. All right. All right, now I'm gonna hand this over to Missy.
Do you want me to share my screen, or do you want to do screen sharing?
I can keep doing this.
Okay. Then I will try to respect everyone's time, and I talk fast sometimes, so stop me if I'm going too fast. But I'm going to cover Get Out the Vote. So we are excited that we have an upcoming webinar for Get Out the Vote. It's entitled Getting Out the Vote in a Polarized World, because we're going to have a little section on how to have difficult conversations across difference. So we're really kind of thinking critically about not only giving you the resources for getting out the vote and the deadlines and the logistics, but also giving you, some tools for talking about it in spaces that might be uncomfortable. So that will be September 23rd at 7 p.m. The registration link is on the slides. And I would like to give a shout out to Claire for keeping the ball rolling on all things Get Out the Vote and making sure that these resources get out to you in a timely fashion. So thank you, Claire, for everything that you're doing. The other things that we're doing for Get Out the Vote, in addition to the webinar, we have candidate comparison guides for you that I will give a big thank you to Amy, because we could not get a candidate comparison guide from National. And so Amy created one from previous versions so that we could also get these out to you in a timely fashion. And so you can see the candidate comparison guides that we have. Each one there is linked. So all you have to do is click on the link per district, and then you can see the candidate comparison guide and how they stack up. So, again, as National is emphasizing, we implore you to share these if in your districts, if you're 501c4. And then please share them with your community and your networks. If you're 501c3, there are things that you can do, and we're going to talk about them on the next slide. So we've been providing guides for putting out general, like, public policy priorities in the election materials. So without naming candidates, and it's a way that you can actually talk about our priorities in the election without having any concern about, putting something out as a 501c3. I see a question. Sorry, I don't have the bubble in front of me, but is that Rhiannon?
Hi, Rhiannon.
Yes, hi. I have a quick question. Can you clarify for me what 501c4 is and what 501c3 is?
It's a tax status. And so tax status for a 501c3 means that you cannot basically be involved in anything that would even hint at political activity and partisanship. And so it's just an abundance of caution to not lose that tax status versus a 501c4.
Okay, thank you.
Amy, anything I missed on that?
No, I think that's it. You got it.
All right, thank
Can
you.
I just make a comment? Most branches that are incorporated are 501c4s, unless you know that your branch dues or the other branches you're talking to are actually tax deductible. You are a 501c3 if you are incorporated in California.
Thanks, Sharon. Sharon is the knower of all things when it
not necessarily, but
when it comes to the branches, you are the knower of all things. So appreciate you.
Thank you for the kudos.
Get Out the Vote. Don't worry, it's continued, I think, for one more slide. So we also, in the recent edition of Public Policy News, put out basically endorsements for the propositions. So we shifted the way that we talk about propositions this year. Instead of providing a guide that goes through all 10 propositions with an up or down, we focused on 4 propositions that aligned with our public policy priorities more explicitly. And then we linked you to the League of Women Voters up and down kind of guide for the propositions. This year we shifted because we felt that, we're doing the same work and the League is doing great work. So we linked out to the League for the up or down votes. But check out this Public Policy News for kind of our explanation of the propositions. But here they are. 2 is a bond to fund construction and modernization of public schools. 3 is a repeal of Prop 8, which, we want to get everything off the books, especially when we have states using, like, I don't know, the 1873 Comstock Act. So, let's get it out of there. Prop 4 is a Parks, Environment, Energy, and Water Bond measure. That one doesn't immediately look like it aligns, but 40% of the revenue from Prop 4 is going to go to underserved communities, and environmental justice aligns with our own public policy priorities because we support the UN development goals. And Prop 32 is an increase in the minimum wage to $18 per hour. So please read more about it in the newsletter article and why we're endorsing them. And Asha, you have been patient.
I just wanted to mention that the other source for getting the information on propositions is Ballotpedia. And I really enjoy that site because it gives you the exact numbers and the monies, where the money is coming from. And it's also giving you a list of California elections that are covered, for example, the Senate, the House, Congress special election, etc. So just wanted to share that that's another very good resource besides the league. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very
Well,
much.
I missed the resource. What was it?
It's called Ballotopedia.
Yes. And we are putting a link on the webinar slides, or we can add it to any of your presentations. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. Let's see. I had a question in the chat if a 501c3 can hand out the propositions, right? Our list about the propositions. That is a yes, right? Anything we can talk about as an organization, anything that aligns with our mission and our public policy priorities, because it doesn't mention candidates specifically, you are welcome to distribute that article. All right, fantastic. Then don't worry, there is a third slide about getting out the vote because there's so much work to do. And that is, you know, again, public policy news, we try to create it as kind of a hub of resources too. We try to create little hubs so your resources aren't all over the place. But what we've been doing is featuring pieces, again, highlighting public policy priorities that are central to the election. So, you know, things that you can do that you don't have to worry about your tax status to distribute and talk about them as AAUW. So in August, we talked about our public policy priorities as they align with contemporary actions around Title IX and Title IX protections, even more relevant, as Amy noted, given what's going on in the country and the threat of kind of defunding states that are actually applying new Title IX rules. September's, the one we just published was on the alignment with reproductive rights. I had a question about that in the chat, and we are very invested in reproductive rights. And so September's talks about what's happening in the country around reproductive rights, and then in California, and how our public policy priorities align with certain positions. And then in October, we're going to focus on public policy priorities and student loan debt. So look for that. That will be coming soon. Let's see. And then social media. So we'll have a social media campaign that aligns with our kind of get out the vote efforts. So things that you'll see come up in the webinar, there'll be an accompanying social media campaign that talks about get out the vote logistics, that has some of this this work about the propositions kind of parsed out into nice little neat posts, candidate comparison guides, and public policy priorities in the election, everything that we just covered. We'll have little bite-sized versions that will go out through AAUW California social media, and that will basically filter down to all of you that you can put out on your own social media networks to share out. And then we give you a plea number 15 bazillion to sign up for action alerts. Now, why are we asking you to sign this list too? Because as some of you noted, you may or may not always be on the state list, or you may drop off, or people may, kind of go in and out. This is a list that we keep if you would like to get action alerts especially when we have legislative actions at the state level that we need you to take. And I would encourage you to sign up because we are going to be bugging you in the next 2 weeks because we have some of our bills on the governor's desk that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But it's just, right, sign up for action alerts. It's also so you can opt in if you don't want to get spammed by us when we have things that we're asking you to do. Please sign up for those and look for some action alerts in the coming weeks. Nancy?
Yes, how do we get the social media blurbs? Are they sent to us in the newsletter? Is there a link? Do we have to go look for them on the website?
Nope, they're sent to you via email.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right. So, next, we got 8 minutes. I can do all this in 8 minutes. All right. So public policy priorities. This is short and sweet. We'll give you an update in the next, right, meeting that we have. So this year, but this is to put it on your radar. This year, we'll be conducting our update to PPPs. We're going to be looking for input from membership. The survey should go out in November. Please look for it and provide feedback because our public policy priorities clearly really drive everything that we do. And we look for your feedback and members' feedback to make sure that our priorities are what they need to be, that they align with our mission, and that right, they drive all of the work that we do legislatively. So look for that survey coming out in November. We'll mention it again when we meet next time. Lobby days, I will try to do this justice. This is Amy and Ginny and Joy are the masters of all things here, but they done such a great job with this kind of complicated organization, and see how early they start for those 2 days in April. But we'll be placing increased emphasis this upcoming year on in-person meetings at the Capitol at the advice of our legislative advocate. So we are encouraging people who can travel this year to travel. We'll talk a little bit more about what that will look like. We're targeting the week of April 7th. And we'll give you more information as the planning becomes more solid, but we wanted to put that on your radar early because we are going to emphasize for those who can travel to go in person, but we'll still have, we will give you more details as they come up, but mark the date, week of April 7th, and we'll give you more information. Amy, probably around November. Is that correct?
Yep, that's it.
All right. Did I misspeak or do you want to add anything?
No, you got it.
All right. Okay. So, legislative agenda. So we're wrapping up the legislative season in California. Our agenda, 53 bills. Our advocate is very nice because I think we're supposed to have like 30 and we have 53 that we are carrying. She is doing the good work for us as a gender equity organization, and we thank her for it. But our agenda had 53 bills. I had 11 watch bills, so those are bills that we were watching because we wanted to see how they developed or they didn't have enough information when they were first on our radar. So we'll have kind of a roundup in the next couple months once the session closes to tell you what passed, what didn't, but here's what we have so far. So far, we have 3 bills that have been signed into law. AB 1790, which requires the CSU system to strengthen protections against sexual harassment. AB 1955, right, which was a first in the nation bill. This was a big deal. California got a lot of press for this one, prohibiting public schools from notifying parents if their child uses a different name or pronouns or identifies as a different gender. So we're the first state in the nation to ban the forced outing of transgender students, and AUW California was behind that bill, so I feel very excited about that. AB 2608 requires the community colleges, CSUs, and UCs to provide educational and preventative information on sexual violence and harassment. So we had a slate of Title IX adjacent bills, and we got a couple of them across the finish line. 33 bills are at the governor's desk, including our 3A priority bills, and that's what you're going to get some action alerts about in the coming week. Just kind of asking you to make some, not make some calls. We're going to ask you to write some letters to try to get the governor to sign those. 17 of our bills died. A lot of them due to budget. So a lot of them, just anything that had a budget element this year was hard. Nancy, I see your hands up.
Yes, so on the 33 bills that are on the governor's desk, are we going to receive action alerts for all of those?
No.
Why not?
Because we need you to move the 3A priority bills, and our action alerts focus on our A and B priority bills. And I don't have the capacity to write 33 action alerts, but you are welcome on your own time to look at more than our A and B priority bills. We try to have you do outreach as a collective on the bills that we're trying most to advance. And that's also why we limit it to our A and B priority bills, because we're trying to get the weight of our entire organization to get our highest priority bills across the finish line. So that's why we're focusing first on the A priority legislation, because we need a mass of us to contact the governor's office, including our coalitions, to get them across the finish line.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right. So here are 3A priority bills. And these three, you've probably heard about many times, but 2843, healthcare coverage for rape and sexual assault survivors. This is the one that we're going to ask for the biggest push on, because it has a small budget, like a little teeny bit of budget, but there's some budget in it. And so we're going to need some extra push to get it across the finish line. AB 2326, which is a Title IX bill. Public post-secondary education, sex discrimination policies. These are all linked on our website, and you'll be getting more information about them for the action alerts to refresh yourselves and thinking about them. And AB 2099, protecting reproductive health clinics. So I'm not going to go through the brief here because we got 1 minute left, but don't worry, you will have more than enough information, talking points, and everything you need to write letters and do outreach. They'll come through. You can either do offline letter writing, and I'll also give you a resist bot option, and then an option to kind of gather more people to support. Nancy?
Yes, do the action alerts go to all members, or are we supposed to send them to members of our branch?
Nope. We opt in. That's why we're trying to get people to sign up for action alerts, because we don't want to spam people. So we ask them to opt in by signing up for them, and then they go out via email.
But Nancy, if you would like to encourage your branch members to opt into the action alerts, please let them know about the link and have them sign up.
Okay. I will.
Myra? You're on mute, my friend.
Sorry about that. Do we have the link for the action alerts?
I will drop them in. I will drop it into the chat again. It's on the slides, and we will bug you about them forever.
And Myra, when you look at our public policy newsletter, we always have a big thing on there to sign up for action alerts. So, and everybody also, please feel free to share that public policy newsletter with your branch members or with your community. We're happy to have you share it out because it has so much good information in it.
Yep, it can go beyond. It can go beyond to, you can have anybody that's interested in gender equity that wants action alerts. Like, it doesn't have to be limited. You know, the AAUW Resist Bot page is AAUW California Resist Bot page is public, so people can see what our organization is doing publicly through different public forums. So please share. The more people we have advancing our legislation, the better. Val, you have your hand up.
Yes. So I usually try to form at the very first meeting of the year of September, where we start again. I try to get a committee together of people who are willing to sign up in order to advance our agenda. So if you sign them up, then you can send them these things and they'll have a reason for cooperating.
I hope so, Val. And, you know, keep in mind, like when we send these things out and we ask you to do things electronically, I mean, it's also a resource for you to like, you all can get together and actually like write them together and do it as an event. You know, we're just trying to give you the resources for you to use individually and as a group to, you know, to actually take action and move some of this legislation. So I hope it's helpful, Val.
Thank
Nancy,
you. It
you're
is.
welcome. You're welcome. Nancy, I see your hand.
Yeah, it used to be that when we signed up for one action alert like state, you were also signed up for national, or the other way around, they were linked somehow. Are they still linked?
Nope, this is all me duct taping things together. So National does the 2-minute activist for national legislation. I wanted to create something for California to have that similar kind of like 2-minute activist thing. They're not linked. I couldn't get National to help me with that. And so this is what we have duct taped together and created out of nothing to have.
Well, that's good. I mean, there used to be a state action alert that was linked to the national, and if you signed up for national, you were automatically signed for the state, but seemingly they've gotten severed. Okay.
I mean, and that's good to know. I've asked them about it several times and they do support some of the work that we're doing, but that infrastructure no longer exists as far as I know, but wish it did. Thanks, Nancy. So we are 3 minutes over. I feel like that's pretty good because we had a bazillion slides for you. So please let us know if you have any questions. And I think we've been answering them throughout. And if not, then we will see you October 3rd. Note the time is at 3 p.m., not 2:30. And that will start our every other month meeting. That will be a standard date and time. Put it in your calendars now. Thursday, October 3rd. This is the Zoom link. It will be available on the Google Doc and it's in the slides. And we have linked everything in those slides, so you should have access to all of it.
Missy and Amy, I'd like to talk to you about that and when we get off when everybody else leaves.
Missy, I note on the calendar that October 3rd is Rosh Hashanah.
Yes.
Did you factor that into the meeting or?
Nope. We just picked the first Thursday of the month based on my schedule and I didn't look.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That is not an appropriate date for us to do anything.
Okay, we'll figure that out and send out a message.
We may, yeah, we'll move it to a different day, maybe that week or the week after. But thanks for letting us know, Sharon.
Yep.
And Judy.
All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you next month.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for all you are doing. It's amazing.
Thank you, Sharon.
It's a group effort. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Appreciate everything.
Happy travels.
Thanks. Sorry, I'm like only half
Good
here.
trip, Susan.
Thanks. Will do.
Amy, do you want to stop the recording?
Yes, thank you. I could just figure out how to do that.